Hey guys, it's Brian from turfmechanic.com and the Turf Mechanic YouTube channel. I'm making a video today about the Ego Select Cut 21-inch self-propelled lawnmower, and I'm going to be talking to you all about the blade system because that's really what makes the Select Cut a Select Cut. There's a bunch of different Ego models. You can get older generation models which do great. The newer generation comes with either self-propelled or push, self-propelled and push, or self-propelled push and select cut. Select cut is their fancy blade that goes in the deck. I believe the select cut is only in their 21-inch model, and honestly I think the 20-inch models are the older generation lawnmowers anyway. So the select cut is what I got here. This is the top of the line, as good as it gets when it comes to the Ego lawnmowers these days. It's only got one battery, but a massive 7.5 amp hour battery. Runs 1,000 watts. What is it? A 56 volt machine. This thing is a beast. It will cut grass for a very long time, and it will cut it very thick grass and tall grass and wet grass. It'll cut it all really good. But it's got two blades that you can choose from, and both of these select cut blades are optimized for different things. So let's get at it. If you get under the mower, this is how the select cut system is. There's the main blade, I guess you'd call it the main blade. This is the blade that's on no matter what configuration you have. If you have one of the regular Ego mowers that doesn't have the select cut, then this second crisscross blade isn't there. You only got the one. With the second one, you've got an option. You've got this one that's got the flare that points up into the deck. This basically creates suction that brings grass clippings that get cut on the blade. It brings it up into the air. This cuts it a second time, but this basically creates suction that sucks it up, and ideally will go through, where is it? Right here. I got the mulch plug in. The mulch plug wasn't there. It will go through this into the bag. This will mulch, and this will cut very well. And this blade, ironically enough, will preserve your battery life. So if you want your battery mower to run longer without running out of a charge, this blade creates less drag, which requires the motor to pull less current from the battery, preserving the battery life over the duration of your cut. It will bag well, it will mulch well, but if you don't want or you don't care about that extra little bit of battery length, let's say your yard is a little bit smaller, or maybe it's not like overgrown, so you're not putting extra load on the mower, just cutting tall grass, you have the option of swapping this second select cut blade out for this one. This one, you'll notice, is different. This has the flat wing, and this has kind of, they call the tri-cut wing. I think that's what it's called, something like that. But it's got these little extra flares in it. And you wouldn't think that that does a whole lot, but it creates more cutting surface and more kind of, I don't know, makes the clippings, I don't know how it works, honestly. The clippings literally just stay in the cutting deck compartment area longer, allowing them to get cut into finer, smaller pieces. But because of the extra wings, this creates extra drag, wind drag, plus the extra cutting that happens, and that puts extra load on the battery, on the motor. So it takes more energy, more current for the mower to operate. So you will get a better mulching job using this blade. It will still bag well, but the mulch will be better at the sacrifice of the battery. And we're talking about roughly a 10% decrease in battery life. That means what if the battery could go 100 minutes, with this it would go about 90 minutes roughly. That's totally not accurate, because even in a no load situation, I don't believe this battery would go for 100 minutes. I think it's something like 60 minutes. So you throw that on and it becomes 54. That's not really published, but it's what I have researched. There's a handful of bloggers out there. I'll link to one of them who did some tests, and that's the stat that they found, and that's the stat that I believe. I have the mower. Obviously, I use this blade more, mostly because this blade is for mulching, fine mulching, and quite honestly, I don't use this mower on this grass. I use this mower out on the front hill, which is covered in rocks and sticks and things. Basically, it gets beat up on the hill. So I'm preserving the life of my mulching blade and using this one instead out on the rough terrain. I do have other battery powered mowers. If you follow my channel, you'll see comparisons of this mower to some of the others. I pretty much only deal with battery mowers, and I pretty much only deal with the strongest and the high end, like the top of the line mowers from all the various companies. Feel free to subscribe to the channel to learn a little bit about some of the other mowers. Everyone in the market knows the name Ego, but not everyone knows all of the names. There's a lot of good products out there, and the Ego 56 volt select cut, although it's an amazing mower, it's not my favorite. So make sure to subscribe and take a look at some of my other videos to find out what they are. I hope that helps, and I'll see you